You wanna wear something that'll actually stand out nowadays? Oh, Dior Fahrenheit. This is the OG, the eau de toilette. Now, of course, the Le Parfum is a little bit more modern, but if you actually wanna stand out, Dior Fahrenheit will do the job. Well known for smelling like petrol. So it's got like a little gasoline vibe when you first spray it on. But it's super masculine, has a fantastic smelling violet note mixed with leather and amazing performance. But if you don't want Fahrenheit, I've got 10 other ones that are way easier to pull off nowadays that will also have you smelling better than everybody else out there. Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope you're well. All the fragrances I talked to you about linked in the description. Feel free to gander at them down there. The first scent I want to talk to you about is a flanker of one of the most hyped designer fragrances ever. This is one of those fragrances where if you know, you know, because people that know that the fragrance absolutely crushes. La Nuit de l'Homme Le Parfum. So yeah, the original La Nuit, that's the hype beast, the cardamom bomb. The fragrance known as one of the biggest date night scents of all time, that's La Nuit de l'Homme. Now, the Le Parfum version, this stuff ramps it up. It has an amazing fresh and warm and sweet kind of spicy combination right off the rip. Really nice, almost dried fruitiness to it. Better performance than the original La Nuit de l'Homme. Way more under the radar, far fewer people wearing this one, and just as sexy, if not more. Great fall and wintertime fragrance, date night fragrance, night out fragrance in general. La Nuit de l'Homme Le Parfum, one of the best, most underrated flankers out there. And frankly, YSL needs to bring it back. Not this, because you can still find this, but L'Homme and La Nuit de l'Homme, they gotta bring it back. And I mean bring it back with some good stuff. Don't bring it back with some generic flankers, like give us some real bangers. They've got Myself going, they've got the Y line going. It's time to show some more love back to this line. Next up is Ginger and Mist from Michael Malul, which of course I'm a little bit biased because I do have fragrances that I creatively directed released underneath the brand. These ones over here, West Loop, South Slope, Terra Nova, Jet Black Enigma, and Edgewater. Also a couple new ones coming out pretty soon. You can find these in every Perfumania and fragrance outlet store in the country. So if you have one of those stores nearby, stop in, you can check those fragrances out in person. Now, as far as the Michael Malul stuff that I have absolutely nothing to do with, I think Ginger and Mist, one of the absolute best. It has an arresting opening, like it grabs attention right away. Big blast of ginger, obviously a little bit green, hence the color of the bottle. You also have citrus in here, you have pineapple, you have akigala wood as it dries down. Perfect for spring, summer, and early fall. Decent performance and very zingy, zesty, lively, almost effervescent. It smells amazing. People love this one. So Ginger and Mist, Michael Malul, cannot go wrong with this one. And I'm actually gonna do a giveaway in today's video of another fragrance that also has ginger. Kind of a gingery, tonic-y kind of vibe. We'll talk about that one a little bit later. The next scent I wanna share with you is this. Obsidian by French Avenue. Looks like a little blade right there. And this is, of course, a clone fragrance because it's French Avenue. You may ask yourself, what could Obsidian be a clone of? What could this smell similar to? Oh, it's very obvious, guys. Come on, Obsidian in the blade bottle. Angel share on the rocks. That doesn't make any sense at all. But yes, indeed, that is what this is, and it is the best Angel Share on the Rocks alternative that you can get right now, even though it is still pretty new, so it's actually not that super easy to find just yet. Kind of crops up and then it's gone. You know how it is. But there will come a time in the very, very, very near future, I'm sure, where it's readily available and not sold out everywhere, so that's cool. So yeah, very similar to Angel Share on the Rocks, which if you've never smelled that, is much fresher than the original Angel Share and also Paradise. But it still does have sweetness to it. It has citrus in here, it has vanilla, kind of an ozonic, like aldehydic vibe off the top as well. It has amber, tonka, and labdanum as it dries down, so sweet, sweet, and sweet. But where it has that freshness off the top, it gives it more versatility. So we're talking spring, fall, winter, potentially summer as well, though maybe in summer leaning a little bit more toward evening use. Solid performance, very heavy bottle, just don't try to hold the handle like a handle because it will come undone like your sweater. The next scent I would like to share with you, Eros Najim. Now this one is an interesting release because when it first came out and for quite a while, it was a Middle Eastern exclusive. So if you wanted this one and you were in the US or Europe or Canada or wherever you may find yourself in this world, not in the Middle East, you pretty much had to go through a discounter or potentially something like eBay or something like that. So for a long while, people couldn't easily get their hands on it until recently, where they released this in the US just like a normal release all of a sudden, which has been happening a little bit more common recently, where fragrances are released somewhere else and they're kept there for a long time, and then they just release it in the US like, hey, check out this new thing, guys. It's totally new. You've never heard of it. Buy it. That's what they did with this, which, by the way, Dolce & Gabbana, the one luminous night, go ahead and take a page from Versace and release that just like a normal release in the US. Now, when it comes to Eros Najim, I am of two schools of thought. On one hand, I don't think the opening is that great. It's not that it smells bad. It's not the type of opening you smell it and you retch, you know, it's not disgusting. It's just you smell it and you're like, well, that's okay. And that's a little bit of a problem because for the most part with designer fragrances, they really want that opening to hit you hard, like grab your attention right away. And this one kind of doesn't, at least not for me. I smell it, it's a little bit aromatic, it has a touch of orange, there's some caramel, but none of it's really like engrossing. It's not that type of thing where I'm like immediately smitten and I just have to smell it. It's more like, okay, spray it on and just let it do its thing, it gets better. So that's the one side. The opening to me is just not really all that great. The dry down is a lot better. As it dries down, there's incense in here, there's cardamom, there's oud, there's patchouli. It gets way, way better. It projects nicely, it gets this fantastic kind of bubbling sweetness. Not too sugary sweet, but just a rich sweetness, a decadent, you know, rich smelling sweetness. And it lasts a while. So when that dry down hits, man, it's good, it's real good. And that's where this one shines. Once you get to that mid, that dry down, when people smell this in the air, they're gonna be like, holy crap, that is awesome. The opening, and so that's where I stand with this one. It's kind of that vibe where if you're gonna go somewhere, for me, you know, I'd spray it on maybe just a little bit beforehand. That way, when you get where you're going, you're already at the good spot. It's like pre-gaming for an event. You just wanna make sure that you're set up to succeed. So you pre-game with this one by spraying it a little early, and then you're good. The next fragrance does everything right. But before that, codes. We're gonna do it quick today, boys. JOMASHOP codes have changed. Don't use the old codes, use these new codes. Look at all these other stores. Do you recognize the names? Then recognize those codes and use them if you wanna save money. The next fragrance is Rayhaan's Italia. I had to put this one here because look at the bottles. They're kind of similar. They're both squares. Look at this, guys. Designs. So with this being Rayhaan, you know it's a clone. It is indeed in the clone zone. I cannot deny it. I am a fragrance rider. You don't want to spray with me. Throwing it back right there. Italia is a clone of Naxos by Azzaro, which every brand on earth is suddenly cloning at the same time. Like, I don't know why. It's like all the houses sent a memo to each other and they were like, hey guys, let's all clone Naxos right now and see who does it best. Competition time. I imagine that's how it happened. So how is the Rayhaan Naxos clone different? Well, first off, it's pretty strong. This stuff lasts, it projects. So if that's what you're after, it will do that, which usually helps get you noticed. It opens up a bit fresher than Naxos, not as much of an aromatic tinge to it for me. And then as it dries down, it gets honeyed. Like the tobacco note here, very sweet, very appealing. Smells extremely, extremely well done. And I'm a big fan of Naxos in general. So basically, if you want Naxos on the cheap with a big powerful dose, a big blast, a whole bunch of honey, and a slightly fresher opening, check that out. 1 Million Lucky, wow, pretty good. It's pretty good. 1 Million Lucky is just such an odd designer in a number of ways. Not in how it smells awesome. It has a big cult following. A lot of people think that it is absolutely fantastic. And it is fantastic. But it's also a fragrance that has been rumored to be discontinued basically ever since it was released. It's like The Boy Who Cried Wolf for years. Oh, ooh. Ooh. One of those ones you forget how good it is. Hits you like crack. It's got plum in there, nice deep sweetness, a little airy when you first spray it on, and also was ahead of its time. You know, a lot of fragrances nowadays, hazelnut, chestnut, toffee, caramel, all of that. Well, this one had that vibe before it was cool. It is a perfect blend of freshness, sweetness, and depth all together, which makes it a fragrance that you can wear pretty much year round. And while it absolutely does have that sort of cult following that I mentioned, a lot of people know about it and know that it's very good, it is not worn on the same level as like the, top 30 bestsellers, the really big dogs. So it's still not completely overplayed. Now I'm gonna throw it to a more affordable fragrance, a cheaper fragrance, Chrome Extreme from Azzaro. This is that type of scent profile for when you just want something easygoing, something with a little aquatic edge to it. Yeah, it smells similar to Acqua di Gio's Profondo, but now I have to specify the eau de parfum, but now I have to specify more, the original Profondo eau de parfum, because somebody at Armani has been on one. They are not exactly sure what they want to do with Acqua di Gio, so they keep like reformulating and rebottling all the same fragrances, or same fragrance names, I should say. And it creates a lot of confusion for people who don't keep up with fragrances 24/7, They go into the store one day and they're like, well, I'll buy Profondo. And then 6 months later, they go back to the same store and they're like, what happened? The bottle looks different, but the name is the same. And now there's a flanker over here and all these bottles changed also. What? It's like Mandela effect or something. They go, have I stepped into an alternate dimension here? Like what happened? So Chrome Extreme is gonna give you that original Acqua di Gio Profondo kind of vibe. Pretty similar to that, but much more affordable. Nice mandarin orange in here. A little bit sweet, fresh, lightly green. And I think the mandarin orange actually in Chrome Extreme smells better off the top than the mandarin that's in Eros Najim. Again, going back to that one and just dunking on it for no real reason. The dry down is real good. So while Chrome Extreme is not gonna be a world beater fragrance, it's not gonna be that type of thing that, you smell it and you go like, oh my God, they've changed the world. You and everybody else will smell it and go, that guy smells put together. Clean, fresh, classy, and you did it on a budget. Check out this Armaf right here, Lions Club Majestueux. This is one of their new releases. It smells similar to a fragrance called Herod by Parfums de Marly, which Herod, for the uninitiated, one of the better, very wearable niche tobacco fragrances that has ever been done. And this right here is a great alternative to that one. I still am annoyed by this thing though. It's like cool and not cool at the same time. Mainly because this thing just loves to flop around and scratch your bottle and is sometimes like a pain to get locked in there. It's not a big deal at the end of the day. So it's got tobacco, vanilla, cinnamon pepper, osmanthus as well. I always thought of it as Parfums de Marly's answer to Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford. Like it's not the same as that fragrance, but they're kind of in the same vibe. So that's kind of how Herod hits. This one hits very similarly to that one. Smells amazing in the cold fall and winter time. High-end stuff that you can get at a low price. Let's go next, Ferragamo, bright leather. Now, I started this video talking just real quick about Dior's Fahrenheit, and this actually has a little Fahrenheit in it, but not the original Fahrenheit as much, no. This one is actually closer to Aqua Fahrenheit. By the way, great atomizer, good job Ferragamo. In a time where designer brands keep getting worse and worse with their atomizers, Ferragamo getting better. So this one has citrus, rosemary, basil, and white leather. That's one of the notes in the fragrance. And it's not gonna be as in your face as the original Fahrenheit is. Aqua Fahrenheit and bright leather, they come across obviously smoother, a little bit fresher, not as petrol forward, instead a little bit more aromatic, and even a touch powdery with this one as well. Really classy, sophisticated, good for spring, even summer, even though it's a leather fragrance. And you can wear it during fall as well. Only drawback for this one, if you want to call it a drawback, is the performance is more average. It's not a monster, it's not a beast, but it still smells good enough and the price is low enough that for the most part, you shouldn't really care. If you want it to project more, if you want it to last longer, go heavy, or if you have an opportunity, reapply. Let's do the giveaway. I gave away a bottle of this, I think it was last year. People seem to really like it, so let's go ahead and do it again. Gin Tonic. This is by M. Mikolov, and this is obviously gonna give you a gin tonic vibe, very fresh, gingery, great for spring and summer, even though right now it's kind of winter, you get it in time for spring and you're good to go. So if you wanna be entered in the giveaway for this one, usual stuff, like the video, be subscribed to the channel, comment down below. In the comment, just let me know what's a fragrance you go for when you were trying to smell better than everybody else. I'll pick a winner with random comment picker, post it up on the post tab of the YouTube channel, and if you're the winner, hit me up and I will ship it out to you. Last fragrance, Noir Extreme, Tom Ford. Now this being a Tom Ford, it is expensive, but it does smell amazing, so I'll overlook it. And it's also quite unique as well compared to just about any other designer fragrance out there. Will it pop? Yes, it will. Fantastic spicy opening here. Saffron, cardamom, nutmeg, all off the top. Little touch of citrus, comfy as it dries down. You also have vanilla, amber, rose, mastic, just a bunch of different notes in here, which I can really appreciate considering all the 3-note breakdowns of late. And this is one of those ones that you may smell this and think to yourself, it's a little too different. I don't see too many ladies really enjoying the smell of that, or guys for that matter. But it's one of those ones that in the air, just amazing. Even up close, I think it smells fantastic, but up close, some people may think, a little iffy. In the air, this stuff is magic. It's one of those ones that just, the scent trail it leaves, people are drawn to it. And it will definitely set you apart from somebody wearing Dior Sauvage. And there we go. 10 different fragrances that will have you being the best smelling guy in the room. Again, if you want to enter that giveaway, feel free to down below. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. See you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.